precincts.
So let's, and as I mentioned when we were sitting down, the scanning process is just that. That's a role with access control, and you can assign that to scanners that, to your operators that have that capability, and that can be all that they do, is scan the ballots. So to scan ballots, they're going to press that green start button there. They can, as you can tell from the input tray, they can then load additional ballots into the input tray, continue to press the start button, scan their ballots in that manner.
Now what happened there? The bottom ones were counted?
The bottom ones, okay, so the way I've got this set up right now, I'm out stacking write-ins. So it detected a write-in on this one, and I'm counting that, but I'm also out stacking it, so if I need to physically view that, I can.
But so the votes got counted on the memory card?
Correct,
Okay.
correct. Here, right now, the way I've got it set up, I've got it set up for blank ballots and overvoted ballots to take a second look. Adjudicate is the word we use here in the software, but to take a second look at those, so they're in this stack, but they are they are flagged here. So we'll take a look at that in a second. I can take a second look at those ballots and see if maybe I can determine voter intent from those ballots. This particular bin is for non-processed ballots for whatever reason. So if it didn't process the ballot, it's going to stack them here. One of the nice, this is a, I think we mentioned before, an off-the-shelf scanner that we use with software that we've designed. One of the nice features is that this scanner was designed for the election and actually standardized testing industry. So this ability to sort ballots is one of the key features that they have. Another key feature that we really like was the open paper path. So if I've got a ballot that for whatever reason doesn't make it all the way through the system, I don't have to take covers off and break the machine down to get at the ballots. Everything is exposed. It's very easy to clean. The wheels that move the ballot around the system, they top on and off. The image scanners, the scan heads, if I need to clean those, I can quickly hit it with a brush and I'm back in business. So it really was designed for this kind of application. So what I have here at this point, I projected it up on the screen as well. Right now I have 8 decks, and a deck really is any convenient number of cards that you want to deal with. Maybe if you sort by precinct, you could make each precinct have its own deck. It may be for processing. It may be easy to deal with decks of 200 ballots. That way I can maybe control through the process that, I know incoming wise that I've got stacks of 200 ballots. I make sure here that if I get a stack of 200 ballots, that when I'm done scanning, my number of cards there is 200. So I can do some cross-checking at that point. Once I've finished that stack of ballots, I can close that deck and indicate that I'm finished scanning those ballots. In this case, it says, okay, it's closed, but there are some ballots to take a second look at for voter intent. So I'm going to take a look at that. I do happen to have the capability to look at these ballots. And at this point, I can bring up each ballot with what their reason for that second look is. Now, I've also got write-ins coming up on the screen as well. This first ballot, that's what it is flagged for, and you can see that I've got that particular race has a write-in. So one thought is, if I need to record the individual write-ins, I can do that on the screen. I can flag it just as I've done with this setup, and I can do that. The board could do that if that's what's required, or a DNR.
This isn't certified in Ohio yet, though, right?
Correct. This is part of our package. That's correct.
Like everyone else, you don't know when it's going to be approved, do you?
Correct. Correct.
That letter gives you the latest status.
Right. Thank you, Jessica.
And so that's You're right, this is part of what our testing is completed with, but it's up in the EAC's hands at this point. This particular,
I'm sorry, including this
go ahead.
machine?
yes,
It's not certified either yet?
not certified. It is state certified in Florida, as well as the OSX, but, and of course, it's been through the ITA testing with a recommendation for approval, and that's where we're sitting right now, is in the EAC.
Everything you see has been certified in the state of Florida,
Well, okay,
and they chose not to use federal certification. We are currently,
we have our own.
Yeah.
So the only thing that's certified in Ohio is that machine over there?
Correct.
right,
Right,
Yeah.
and the GEM software. So, and I guess just briefly, if I do zoom in on, this is a different card that has an overvote to it, I can take a look at why, I can see voter intent there as to what they want, what they intended for that, and I actually, again, with the right privileges, I can then deselect the no and make this a valid ballot card at that point.
Who is doing that?
That would be, if the jurisdiction allows this and provides privileges to do it, most likely it's it would be whatever the board or whatever they would determine is the process to allow that to occur.
I'm sorry to break in, but are you suggesting that there would be a computer, a monitor?
You can talk to him afterwards. but
Okay,
I
everyone?
understand what the concern is, that someone's just sitting there changing votes. And, you're.
No, I just wanted to know if the
I
configuration
think it's-
included
I
that.
understand. I mean, it's a fair question. I just want to, we're about ready to wind up
Okay,
here with
okay.
your hour, and I'm sure you have some comments.
So there's full audit capability here. I think as we mentioned, there is a separate step to actually tabulate. So at this point, none of these cards that have been scanned have been tabulated. And that would require a separate step to commit those decks. At that point, it would be tabulated. Here again, it can include the appropriate access control, including smart card, which you could have under lock and key until it's time to actually tabulate the votes.
Thank you.
Great, thanks.
Sure.
Were you suggesting that each one of these scanners has a computer next to it? That this is the configuration of each scanner?
what do you mean are we suggesting?
No, is
The
this,
component says that.
the components are the computer
Well, these plug
and
into
the scanner?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, the computer's inside
plug
the
into the
scanner.
batteries.
The computer's inside the scanner. This is just a monitor and a keyboard.
Okay, so are you suggesting there be a monitor and a keyboard at
Well,
every station?
if you want to go through electronic adjudication.
Okay.
I mean, how else are you going to bring it up?
Got it, got it.